I'm Adrian, the Cruise and Travel Guy, and as always, a quick thanks to those of you that have subscribed to my channel. If you haven't already done so, please hit that subscribe button. As has been widely reported, the cruising and travel ban within Australia has been recently extended until March 2021. Most cruise lines had already suspended their cruises well into 2021, but this is still a blow to the industry as a whole. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you'll know that I was hoping for the government to have released some information that would enable us to take a closer look at what resuming cruising would look like in 2021. I'm not living under a rock, I promise, and I'm not suggesting that we all go and jump on a ship tomorrow, but I was hoping that the government would have taken into consideration the work that CLIA and member cruise lines have undertaken in mapping out what a safe resumption of cruising looks like. And I think it would have been beneficial to the industry as a whole to release that framework prior to the end of 2020 to enable some confidence in the traveling public, as well as all of us that work in the industry, including the cruise lines, including all of the providers and other suppliers that are affected by this continual shutdown. Unfortunately, that did not happen. However, the Minister for Health, Greg Hunt, did indicate that the cruising ban or travel ban as a whole could be overturned sooner than March. So hopefully there's some good news in the new year. At the very least, they have committed to releasing a framework for what that safe resumption of cruising will look like. So we stay tuned as far as this topic goes, and hopefully come January, February, we have some more news about that. Quantum of the Seas was the first Royal Caribbean ship in the world to resume cruising, which happened at the start of December. It did this in partnership with the Singapore government and offered 3 and 4 night cruises to nowhere exclusively for Singaporean residents. You might have seen some headlines recently, however, indicating that there was a positive case of coronavirus on board Quantum of the Seas, and in line with all of their processes, that cruise was terminated. Guests were sent back to their cabins as the ship went back to Singapore. The next cruise was cancelled as well, and that patient that did test positive was taken ashore and tested 3 more times on land, where each test came back negative. It was determined that the 83-year-old passenger's positive test was false. Quantum has since resumed her cruise schedule, but this does prove that the system works as designed, and I know that the industry and the world as a whole is going to be watching very closely to see how this develops in the coming months. Princess Cruises recently announced that their entire fleet will be returning to service, offering their very highly regarded Medallion Class technology. I've covered this in depth in a previous video, which you can watch by clicking the link in the description below. The technology is cutting edge and transforms the passenger experience. Oddly enough, in July 2020, Princess Cruises released a video on their YouTube channel where they did indicate in passing that all of their ships would be Medallion Class when they returned to sea. I picked up on this, however, I don't know if it was reported anywhere else, but that notation was removed and they replaced it with a little line that said passengers could choose to sail on a Medallion Class ship, as opposed to all of their ships being Medallion Class when they returned. Of course, now they have fully committed to Medallion Class being across all of their ships when they do resume sailing in mid-2021. Having said that, their smallest ship, the Renaissance class Pacific Princess, has not been included in this list. So I'm wondering if that's just because of her size, because she is very small, the technology might be wasted, perhaps. However, that could also indicate that her time with Princess is coming to an end, which I hope I'm wrong about, but you never know, especially in this day and age. And the last bit of great news for 2020 is that the ex-Pacific Dawn will be joining the ex-Pacific Jewel in the scrapyard. So both of these ships sailed with P&O from 2007 and 2009 respectively, and they debuted a new era of cruising for Australians, being the first superliners to join the fleet. They had been sold to other companies, but of course 2020 put a pin in all activities related to cruising, which means that those companies weren't able to sustain themselves, and as a result these ships are now headed to the scrapyard together. They started their careers with Princess Cruises from 1990 and 1991, so they're really not even that old, and it's definitely a shame to see them end their lives in a scrapyard, which I think really just coalesces with what we expect of 2020 at this point. So this is probably going to be my last regular video for 2020, so I just wanted to say thank you so much for subscribing to my channel this year. I didn't expect it to grow as quickly as it did, And I definitely appreciate all of your viewing and commenting and liking, and definitely for your subscribing. So thank you so much for that. I just want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a safe New Year as well. I hope that you celebrate with family and friends in whatever setting that takes. And I hope that you can enjoy a great start to 2021, and I hope that we all can. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't checked out the rest of my channel, please go and have a look. There's lots of videos. There are some ship tours. I was definitely hoping on getting a few more of those done in 2020, but couldn't happen. So hopefully 2021 is the year where I can show you across a lot more ships in the world. If you're looking for more information about travel or cruising, you can head to my website, thecruiseandtravelguy.com.au. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram at thecruiseandtravelguy. Thanks for watching, stay safe, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you soon. That didn't stop a positive report of coronavirus from ending a cruise. You might have seen some headlines recently, however, that the cruise... It's a big plane coming. Which is good. I mean, someone's flying somewhere. Looks like my kitchen light is getting in on the festivities. Alexa, turn the kitchen light off.
Okay.
Turn the kitchen light white.
Okay.
Very good.